YouTube. What's up, baby? We back in this thing again with another review. This is Q's Insight. I am Callie, and today we're gonna be talking about another old movie, baby. Another classic. You feel me? A movie that came out in 2004. I saw it in the theaters multiple times. Got it on DVD when it came out. Watched it multiple times. Still watch it to this day. And that's White Chicks. You know what I'm saying? White Chicks, baby. So, if you've been to this channel before, you already know how we do this. Started off with the premise, 3 favorite scenes, grade, and then we on to the next one. So, the premise of this movie, I'm not gonna give everything away, but anyways, the premise of this movie is you got 2 good friends, Kevin Copeland and for some reason Marcus. I can't think of his last name right now. But you got Kevin Copeland and you got Marcus. And Marcus is played by Marlon Wayans. Kevin is played by Shawn Wayans. So, they are on the FBI, and they are basically just trying to prove themselves to their captain. And they end up trying to do a drug bust in the very beginning, and they fail miserably. And so they end up going to trying to get back in their chief's good graces, because they messed up, and they obviously mess up a lot. So there happens to be a situation where it is necessary for the FBI to step in. And so the mission per se is to watch over Brittany and Tiffany Wilson. There is someone basically that's trying to harm them. And what ends up happening is nobody in FBI wants to do the mission, because it's like they feel like, oh, we gotta babysit people, we ain't about to do this. So Marcus and Kevin decide, hey, let's do this real quick. We'll get back in the Chief's good graces, and you know what I'm saying, we can get back to being regular again. So they end up taking on the mission. Now, they pick up the sisters from the airport. They have a little minor accident in a car, and Brittany and Tiffany Wilson, they both just get like a cut, like one cut on the nose, one cut on the like cheek or something like that. And they gotta be super perfect, so they're like, oh, we're not going to the fashion show, and we're not gonna do this, And so they drop the girls off at the hotel. And then what ends up happening is Kevin and Marcus end up going undercover as Brittany and Tiffany. Hence the movie is called White Chicks. So they go undercover as them, and they're basically going to solve the case. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. They just try to solve the case. And so that's basically the movie right there. Pretty simple premise. Definitely didn't tell you everything like happens in the movie, but just gave you a quick premise. Man, this movie's funny, bro. This movie's funny. It's funny back in 2004. Funny now, bro. And I think it's gonna always be funny to me. I love Marlon Wayans. I love Shawn Wayans. Ever since I saw them on like Wayans Bros, you know what I'm saying? Don't Be a Menace, While Drinking and Driving, and in the Hood. Scary Movie 1 and 2, You know, to this white chicks, even Little Guy, I like that one too. So yeah, man, they're just a very funny couple of brothers, and I dig them a lot, man. You know. But yeah, so three favorite scenes, man. These may be out of order, but one would be when Tiffany Wilson, Marcus as Tiffany Wilson, he's he can't handle dairy products well. They're at this party with their friends or whatever. He ends up eating quiche, and he, like I said, he didn't know it was quiche. He was like, "Oh, this is good." Da, 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 da. He didn't know it was quiche. Has to go use the bathroom. It's a bathroom scene in there, man. Hilarious, classic, funny. Promise you. Second would be when Latrell Spencer, played by Terry Crews, takes Marcus as Tiffany Wilson, undercover as Tiffany Wilson, out on a date. And before they actually drive to the restaurant, Marcus as Tiffany Wilson is trying to do anything to make Latrell, you know, back away from him and get away, you know what I'm saying? So he plays this song, and instead of Latrell hating it, he actually loved it, and he sang, you know, while the song was going, and you know what I'm saying? It just was funny. Third favorite scene involves Latrell again. They're at this club, bro. Latrell is trying to get lucky with Tiffany Wilson as Marcus. I guess he doesn't know. And one of these dudes ends up giving Latrell like a date rape drug. And so he tries to give it to, you know, Marcus as Tiffany Wilson, and he notices that there's a drug in there. So as Latrell's not looking, he ends up switching the glasses. Latrell drinks it. And then they got this scene with him dancing on the dance floor, bro. Classic. I'm telling you, bro, classic. If you guys seen this movie, you already know all three of those scenes are hilarious. Plus everything else in here is hilarious. You know what I'm saying? But I got way more favorite scenes, you know what I'm saying? But those are just three of my favorite scenes from this movie. Yeah, bro, this movie is just one of those ones, man. It's one of the classic ones for me, you know what I'm saying? I just it's one of those movies you can watch anytime, you know what I'm saying? And that goes a long way, you know, especially with it being a comedy. You know, I always love to watch things over and over. If there's a movie I can watch over and over again, plus it's a comedy, that's a big thing for me, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, bro, this movie is very dope, very funny. Like I said, back when it came out in 2004 to this day, it's still dope. For me, man, this movie I got to give it a 9 point. I'll give it a 9.5 out of 10. Give it a 9.5 out of 10, man. You know what, bro? Let me take that back. I'm gonna give it a 10 out of 10. I'm gonna give it a 10 out of 10. Now, I understand for certain people this may not be a 10 out of 10, but for me, it's a 10 out of 10 because of the fact of how much I liked the movie back in the day, how I still like it now, how funny it was back in the day, how it's still funny to me now. The fact that I love the Marlon Wayans and Shawn Wayans. And you know, they have like 4 or 5 movies together, and you know, I end up liking them all, you feel me? And so, you know, a 9.5 would have been good, but you know what, a 10 out of 10 is better. So that's what it's gonna get, a 10 out of 10 for me, man. If you guys saw this movie, let me know what you guys thought about it in the comments down below. Do you think it was funny in 2004? Do you think it's still funny now in 2022? What's your favorite Marlon Wayans and Shawn Wayans movie that they done together? Would you be happy to see another White Chicks if they were able to make it? Let me know about that in the comments down below. Please remember to like, subscribe, and share. As always, this is Q's Insight. I am Cali. Until next time.